Justin Wenzel at Gull Meadow Farms. It is a family operation. My dad started it in the late 70s with produce, moved into greenhouses, and really about 2000 we really started kind of the fall experience with family fun out here. Well, we had done pumpkins, we had done mums, we had done the greenhouse, and there was actually a business over near Galesburg, in Augusta rather, that was called Pumpkin Lane. And what they did is they had pumpkin displays, and they brought families out in the fall, and so we knew that they were getting out of the business, so we kind of brought some of their things over here, and it just kind of took off from there, so we kept going with it. Well, what we do for fun, we have a couple of different main activity areas that we like to call them. We have our 6-acre corn maze, obviously, that's Alan Jackson this year. It happens with a lot of hours, about 1,000 bamboo rods out there. Really, when the corn's only 3 or 4 inches tall, when you can see all the rows straight down them, we go out there with about 12 sheets of paper, mark off every single row, every single turn, every single curve, and then we'll eventually rototill up that path so that the corn doesn't grow in the path and it grows everywhere else that's needed. It takes one person, and that person is me in the spring, and it'll probably take me about 3 days to map it out, another day to really kind of go through and rototill and clean up all the little patches, and then at that point we just go through it a couple more times throughout the summer to clean things up. But really most of that work is done in the spring, which kind of surprises most people. We also have our Pumpkin Lane activity area. And that has family activities from the jumping pillow to slides to straw jump, a zip cord, and then we actually added a new area this year called the Back 40, and that one is where we have some animals out there to view. We have some alpacas, some donkeys, some goats, a zebu, which is just like a cow basically, as well as a couple other family activities, steer roping and the spider web to crawl on out there. So those are kind of our activity areas, as well as always the pumpkin patch, apple orchard, things like that, and as well as donuts and cider here in the market. The one thing that we're really starting to see more and more is the families wanting to have a good time. You know, we've always been known, and really when we brought Pumpkin Lane on, you know, about 2000, it was really geared towards kids. And it's hard to change perceptions, but we're working on it, and all of our activities out here are actually open to adults as well as kids, with the exception of only 2, which is just the zip cord and the train, and those are really due to size. But everything else, we really just want the families to come together and to really make the memories together and to be able to do everything together. I never feel happy about a 30% crop, but if any year, this is the year. We're very blessed to have 30%, 35% on our apple crop. There's a lot of farms in the area that a 5% crop would not be shocking to anybody. There's actually a grower over near the lakeshore that every now and again, when we were shy on a variety of apples, or we just needed to pick up one extra little thing, we would go over there and pick it up from him. But this year, he actually has found another job and found someplace else to go work because he just doesn't have an apple crop, so he doesn't even need to be out there. The guy that makes our cider for us, it's Hill Brothers Orchard. It's right from Grand Rapids, and really the mixture is awesome. We obviously, and he couldn't pass along his costs completely onto us this year, and we obviously can't do that for our customers, so we're all taking a hit on the cider. Yes, it did go up, but it was 3rd in the Midwest last year and usually 1st or 2nd in the state the last 3 or 4 years. There's just such a huge difference that it's really that good cider mill cider, and so, you know, $2 on a gallon more from last year really doesn't seem to really be phasing people this year. They kind of understand, you know, the price of apples went up about 250%, and there was no way we're charging $15 or $18 for a gallon of cider. So the rain was really sporadic. Out here we brought in some irrigation, and so our pumpkin crop actually looks really good this year. But yeah, it really was hit or miss depending on where you're at in the state. You could have had a great crop just with rain, and up here, really, we needed the irrigation. We were watering probably 12 hours a day, every day. So it was a constant battle to kind of keep things alive amidst the 100-degree temperatures and the no rain, but we fared all right. If you want to pick apples, we're one of the few places in the area that offer You Pick Apples this year. We've got more than 15 varieties of apples here in the market, all of which were grown right here at the farm. So you don't need to worry about, you know, bringing in Washington apples or Virginia apples or anything like that. They were all grown right here in Richland. And we still have You Pick. We will have it the weekend of the 29th and 30th, and I believe that we'll still have it the 6th and 7th as well. So, you know, if you want to pick apples, now's the time. Get out here while we still have them. Besides that, the pumpkin patch is opening up this weekend, and obviously all of our family activities are open as well.